And again, I would recommend that you draw on top view. It's going to simplify things, and then just zoom in, down in this area here. And we're going to start at the top, and if you read your plan, you're going to come over 4 inches, so you pull a line over and go 4, enter. And it is a small drawing, so let's zoom in. And now what kids try to do is they try to guess the angle here. Well, we can't guess this accurately. So you've got to piece in the information. You're going to have to draw more than you actually need, okay? And so you could come over this way, another 1 3/4, 1.75, enter. You can come down the total height of the shape, which if you read your plan is 5 1/8. And the way you type that in SketchUp is either 5.125, or you can type a fraction. You can go 5 and, which is space, and then you type 1 fraction bar 8. So 5 space 1 fraction bar 8, enter. There's your total height. Come over here and you're going to go ahead and make the width and close it. Now, notice the angle's not in there. Well, now we use the tape measure tool to locate where the corners of this angle are. So we're going to click on the right side. I would not go up to the top where it says endpoint. Go ahead and click here where it says on edge. Pull it back and you're going to type 1.75. That's how far over the angle is when it starts. Then you're going to go to the top here, pull it down, and you're reading your plan. It says 2 1/8, so 2.125, enter. And those locations are marked now so that you just draw a line from this intersection to this intersection. And then you can erase out the corner of the drawing, get rid of these lines, and that's the overall outer shape. Let's locate where one of the eyes goes on the shape. So this is an important skill to have, is to be able to draw something in the correct placement. Not just draw it the correct size, but the correct placement. So we're going to use our tape measure tool, and if you look on the plan, so let's just jump over to the internet here. This eye is 1.5 inches over, and it's 4 1/8 inches up to the center. So that's where we're going to locate it. So come back to here, and we're going to go over 1.5, enter, and we're going to come up 4.125, enter. And this little intersection we've created right there is where we're going to place a circle. So let's zoom in on that. Go to your circle tool. All circles are specified by their radius. So we click at the intersection here where we want to locate it, start pulling it up, and then you would type in a radius. Be cautioned that don't pull this line diagonally. That could cause problems for you down the road. We'll get into that more in a little bit. But pull it straight up or straight to the right, whichever. Pull it up and type the radius. Well, the diameter is 1, so the radius is half. So 0.5, enter. And then we're going to put the other circle over here, the other eye. So let's jump back to our drawing, and we have 2 inches over to the right, and they're aligned with each other. So let's do this one a different way. Let's go ahead and click on the circle, and let's copy it. So that's move with control held down. Go from here, start moving, and then you're going to type in a number of how far you want the copy away from the original. So 2, enter. And you see it makes a copy exact size 2 inches away. Come down to the bottom. Go back to the internet. Let's look at our numbers. This circle, and that was a circle at one time, so was that, 1.5 inches over, and then we have another one placed 2.5 inches away from that, both of them 2 inches up to its center point. So let's do that. So this one we can already use. That line's correct. Now we're going to come over 2.5 with our tape measure, 2.5, enter. We're going to come up from the bottom, 2, enter, and there's our intersection and our intersection, and then draw these circles in. Now let me draw it one correct and one incorrect. So 0.5, and then this one, let me pull it at a diagonal, 0.5, enter. And if you look and you zoom in on these circles, they're really not circles, they're polygons. So this is actually by default in SketchUp a 24-sided polygon. Notice how that point is straight up. That's what we want. If you look at this one that I drew wrong, the points are not straight up. So this circle is actually a little bit lower than the circle on the left. So let's go ahead and Control Z that, and let's draw this one correctly. Pull this up, straight up, 0.5, enter. Now you get a point straight up on that one right there too. Okay, take your line tool and now click from endpoint to endpoint and from endpoint to endpoint, and then you're going to go ahead and trim out. If you did this accurately, this should trim and not remove the left side of the circle. Trim, not remove the right side of the circle. And there's your mouth. Take these lines out, you don't need anymore. Okay, there you go. And we're going to push pull this shape. Okay, right now it's just flat like a piece of paper. So go to push pull. If you read the instructions, it says push pull to 1/2 inch. I believe it says that on here. Actually, it doesn't say it on here. It says it on the plan down in the dimensions though. So 1/2 inch. Okay, so we'll go ahead and push this a 1/2 inch. So we'll just, I'm going to pull it up because then I can see kind of the mouth a little bit better. So I'm going to pull it up and type 0.5, enter. And you'll notice that there's just a little bit left inside of the eyes and the mouth because of the way I drew it. And so you can't erase that. You can't come in here and erase that. And if you try to erase your eye, that's going to mess it up. Don't do that. So Control Z that. What you need to do is you need to right click on the eye, that little surface, and erase it. And now you can actually see through it, so you can see the line behind here. Right click on the eye, erase, right click here, erase, and it is actually done. We just need to dimension the drawing now. So there's 13 dimensions on here. Go through, and we're just going to take them one at a time. And we're going to start at the top, and we're going to go endpoint to center of circle. But center of circle doesn't pop up. So you have to hover over the highest circle, or the circle closest to you, and then it will find the center point. And then you're going to pull it up. Then you're going to go endpoint to endpoint. No endpoint. What do? Hover over the circle to here. Okay, 2 inches. Then we're going to measure this line. If it turns blue, it's going to measure that whole line, and you're going to pull that up above there. Now technically larger dimensions go on the outside of smaller dimensions. And then this is confusing sometimes to people because they're like, oh, it's 2 3/4. It's not supposed to say that. Well, you just need to start pulling it and moving it up until it gives you the correct number. Now if it doesn't say 1 3/4, you did it wrong. Okay? And it needs to be the right number. Don't go in here and right click edit text and make it say what you want it to say. It has to read it correctly. I mean, you can't force it into lying. Then click this way and pull it over here. And we're just working our way around here. Let's go ahead and do a dimension on this circle's edge, which is going to give us radius. And then we're going to do from the corner to the center point. This time it found the center point for us. That should say 2. We're going to go hover over this center point to center point, and this should say 2.5. End point to center point, 1.5. And then we're going to do this side. Bottom to center of circle, not popping up. Let's hover over. 4 1/8. And then total height, 5 1/8. Last one, diameter of circle. And why is this one diameter and that one's radius? Well, because that's a whole circle, so it reads out in diameter. This is a part of a circle, so it reads out in radius. So let's see if we have enough. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13 is going to be the thickness. So we're going to go from here to there. There you go. Okay. Then you can color this any way you want. You can go up to the bucket and you can find some kind of color that you like. I don't know, blue or something. And you can color all these different things to make it look a little bit more like you want it to look. So just spin it around. Okay, you're going to put your name on here eventually. The text should probably be about 1 inch in height at most. So get your 3D text, change the height to 1. Put your name in here. All or capitalize the beginning of this. And place it like so. And that is fine. You are done. Save it to your H drive. Call it Smiley. And that is it.